Visualize your highest self and show up as her. Hey you guys, it's Tanea, and before I jump into this video, I am outside and it's windy, so I hope my hair flying isn't too distracting. But we officially enter that time of year where many of us have either already created our vision board or are starting that process in creating our vision board and outlining our goals for the upcoming year. Something that I like to do in addition to all of that is that I like to assign my upcoming year a theme or a model that I must embody in order to accomplish my goals that I have outlined. And I landed on the quote motto, visualize your highest self and show up as her. And we've been exposed to this quote and other different forms that share the same underlying meaning, such as fake it until you make it or dress like the career that you want. And basically what this means for me is that to start operating as the best version of myself would today, start implementing the routines, the qualities, and the traits that the higher version of myself possesses. Start implementing more of the things in my day-to-day that makes me feel like my best self, and really just start thinking about what are the things in the formula of what makes my best days, the days that I'm most productive, the days that I am most fulfilled and the happiest and most confident. And when I sit here and think about those days are usually started off by what I implement in my daily morning routine. So it's usually me starting my morning with a 30-minute walk, drinking 2 glasses of water, having a healthy breakfast, spending a bit of time meditating or journaling or reading. And it's also me spending time doing positive affirmation and spending time with myself and self-care. When you look good and you feel good, so I like to spend extra time in the morning and either getting ready for the day, whether that's doing my makeup or spending a little extra time with my skincare or hairstyle or what have you. These things are what typically leads me to have my better days, my best days. And I want to be able to start doing more of that thing. At some point of our life, we have all been challenged with the question of our 5 to 10 year outlook on our lives. Where do we see ourselves 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And ideally for most of us, when we look and envision ourselves 5 to 10 years from now, it's a better version of ourselves. It's a more abundant self. It's ourself with better friendships or more friendships, meeting the love of our life, having the career of our dreams, having the body of our dreams or the appearance of our dreams. Like ideally, we all have this better version of ourselves in mind. If we dig deeper and done additional homework on top of that, we would have outlined the steps and goals in becoming that higher version of ourselves. Essentially, doing inner work on yourself is going to help you become and get closer to that ideal, higher, best version of yourself. If I'm being completely honest, when I think about the higher version of myself, I see her with like a foggy lens. I have an idea of who she is, but I don't really know who she is in great detail. So I've created some shadow work journal prompts that will help me dive deep in connecting and also getting a better understanding of who that higher version of myself is, so that I can have a better idea visually of what she looks like, so that I can feel her and can ultimately become her. Shadow work are basically personal questions targeted towards connecting with your inner self, connecting with your behaviors, your emotions, and your thoughts. We live in such a go, go, go world where we are just trying to keep up with the pace of life and trying to cater to the many needs of others, that it's so easy to lose a sense of ourselves and lose a connection with our innermost desires and knowing what it is that we truly believe and think and like and want for ourselves. And shadow work prompts, journaling prompts basically help you reconnect with yourself. First question that I have in my shadow work is, who is the highest version of yourself? And this question is more so to serve as a brain dump of all the adjectives and sentences and just things that come to mind when you think of your highest version of yourself. And each subsequent question from there dives deeper and really getting to know who she is, so that you are able to visualize that person in great detail, feel that person, and ultimately be able to manifest and become that person. I'm someone who's huge on manifesting. I've seen it show up in my life so many times. And the 3 key ingredients to manifesting the dreams and the desires that you want is to, 1, be able to vividly visualize what it is that you want. 2, feel it as if it's already yours and express gratitude for it as if it's already yours. And 3, you have to put in the work in order to help God or the universe and making your dreams, your goals, your aspirations a reality. So I recently just manifested my first home of my dreams. Is currently being built, and I did not just simply throw that house on a vision board and do journaling scripts. I did not just simply sit here and visualize it and feel my thanks and gratitude for already having it. I had to put in the work to put myself in an optimal position to buy. And I feel like when I put in the work, everything in my life had just aligned to make the process so much smoother and easier for me to happen. I did the work by paying off nearly all of my debt. I started budgeting. I started saving more. I went to financial courses to learn about having and unlocking financial freedom and developing additional wealth and all this other stuff. I did the background work to get me to where I am today. And it's much also like an actress or an actor when they have landed a role, right? They do like this character background work and really getting to know who this character is. They are trying to dive deep into what this character's background was, what their relationship with their mother was, what motivates them, what their hobbies are, what their interests are, and really get into and really being able to visualize who this person is, and so that they can able to feel how this person may react in certain circumstances or situations, so that they're able to best portray and manifest that role and character. This is basically what my shadow work prompts are serving to do. I am trying to create a baseline of getting to know who my highest version of myself truly is, so that I can really connect with her, really get to know her, visualize her, see her, feel her, so that I can really begin showing up as her in my day-to-day. For other people who kind of find themselves in the same boat in their life, or they also want to do a deep dive or reconnect with themselves, I had actually created a worksheet with the shadow work prompts that I've created that you guys are able to print. Check out the description below. If you're not ready to do the shadow prompts now and you want to revisit it at a later time, I also have a link below in the description of the Pinterest pin, so that you can pin it to your board and revisit at a later time. If you find yourself doing the shadow work prompts and you're comfortable, feel free to share what your favorite questions or responses were. I'm going to report back on my responses once I do my homework over the next few days, and I'm going to add them in the comments below, and we can create a healthy dialogue about who the higher version of ourselves is, what steps we need to make to begin to show up more like that person, and come back later in time and kind of do a little check-in on how we are doing on our progress. But I basically want to create a healthy dialogue and community with other women who are also on their self-love, self-discovery journey. But yeah, you guys, I'm pretty much going to end the video here, give you guys a few things to think about, some homework to do for this upcoming year, really start diving deep into who your best self is, so that you can show up more like her in your day-to-day. Until next time.